Nice fire in our neighborhood again last night.
No, we were up at
There's an iPhone
about the
5. I
Lutheran
don't
church
know
and
that
then we were ready and heard it, and then as we were heading down the hill. I think it was that old house of Renfro, wasn't it?
It was
It was a little, they said it was in the alley, a little shed in the alley.
I think it's that same Renfro house, that second house in on Benton Street. There was like a little tiny structure in the
It was a pretty good fire.
backyard. No, I mean, yeah, it's
Oh,
Okay, we'll get started with a regular public meeting, October 28th. 7 o'clock. Doug is in billing, so he won't be joining us unless he's online. Doug, you online? Seeing that, is there any public comment? Seeing none, commissioner updates, I guess, kind of what we did for the week.
Been business as usual, in and out of the office, emails. Road department did finish up on that elevator road. They put about a foot of lift. After they shaved the shoulders down. We got 30-foot wide road now, foot of lift. Just talked to Derek this morning. Got the grass seed ordered for that, so they're gonna have to reseed those ditches. He's working on getting somebody to come and seed those, so hopefully we can get that done this fall. Keep that into spec. Aside from that, checking emails, answering phone calls, did do a little bit of driving of the roads. The mowers are hard at it, trying to get things finished up before snow flies. It was all hands on deck, so they did take about a week. I think they had 5 trucks going on that elevator road, so they were short some guys on the blades, but just kind of business as usual. Wheels on the machine.
Yeah, myself, I guess I went to 2 different meetings this past 10 days. First one was the Big Sky Bright Future Economic Summit for Energy that the governor put on in Bozeman. Extremely good conference. I mean, they had some big names there from a lot of CEOs, governors from 4 different states. A lot of oil CEOs. I did talk to a guy that's doing Avante Helium. They're doing helium in Shelby area. They're kind of interested in coming in this area. They're a Canadian firm. There's been talk about helium around here, but nothing's really been done about it. So they're developing in Shelby right now, and they're looking to come this way maybe. So that might be something positive coming our way. And they mostly talked about the demand for electricity in, well, the whole United States, but Montana, they got 2 data centers that want to come in that would use 50% of our energy that we produce right now, which they can't come in because we can't produce it. So the biggest thing they're talking about producing is electricity with gas. So they're like that gas-fired unit in Laurel, putting up some more of those around our area, different areas, and then more. There's going to be more wind around too. There's a couple other companies still doing wind energy. So, sorry about that. Doing wind energy, but doesn't do us much good come, December, January, when we need the wind and need it, or need the energy, don't have the wind turbines working. So really, to get the base load power, natural gas is about the only thing that's gonna be able to be used in Montana. And we're gonna need a lot of different plants coming the way it sounds. I mean, with this AI and data centers, there's gonna be a lot of energy demand in the whole United States, which is kind of different from what it was 10 years ago. So these big capital projects take a while to build, and then they're talking about pelletized nuclear, which that's probably 15 years down the road before something comes online there. So that was kind of interesting discussions they had there. Then I went to Helena for a MACO, Montana Association of Counties, had a financial seminar meeting. So talked about fraud, catching fraud, different frauds within counties, how it's done, what to look for. Talked about single audits with $1 million federal funding, and then internal controls for those. Talked about AI again, artificial intelligence, using Copilot as the county's a good safe source. And then we talk about property taxes, that's in the Senate Bill 117, which is gonna affect how we collect. How much we collect from taxpayers, so that's gonna be kind of a major change on our the way we fund our county governments in the future. Well, that was, we had there, any questions or comments? Probably more information than I wanted to know.
Gordon, is there any plans for that nuclear power generation on the drawing board or anything? I mean,
there-
like I said, it's down the road.
Northwest Energy just bought a huge chunk of land right around Colstrip by the
Oh,
1,
yeah,
2, and 3, and 4. And they will not say what it's for because they don't. But
yeah,
internally, that's what that's gonna be for. So that's where the lines are gonna be. They're gonna build a line from Colstrip to Bismarck, North Dakota. So this will be
going the
the,
wrong way.
that'll connect that middle grade grid, North Dakota, South Dakota to Texas with this western grid, which is from based Montana to California. That'll be able, so you can get power coming and going on them two grids, which is, can't be done now. So that's gonna be huge. That project is pretty well all ready to go with leases and easements for the power line. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge for the Colstrip area. That's where there's gonna be more generating units of some sort, either gas or nuclear. And it's probably gonna be both. That's gonna be huge for Montana.
Unless we get Joe Biden back in again, cancel everything.
And that can happen. And kind of maybe on the record, off the record, we were talking about the XL pipeline too. That's kind of they want to bring that back too, but it's gonna be a different route than was before, but that's being talked about too. I don't know where that's gonna go. But they didn't want a whole lot of that out yet, but. Anyway. Any other comments? Okay, seeing none, motion to accept the minutes from the regular public meeting, October 14th.
Make a motion.
Seconded, discussion or comments on? Fair side?
Aye.
Passes, motion to accept the special public minutes for October 20th.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it, this was to talk about the water main pressure investigation for Brockton. Was past that time and set up a bank signature card for the fair with opportunity banking. Question or comments? In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Administrative issues, motion to accept the resignation from Penny Link.
I'll make the motion.
Seconded, this is secretary for Judge Hendrickson and Culverts. Additional, she'll do the interview for that. In favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Motion to resolution 2026-7.
I'll make the motion.
Seconded, this resolution is to oops, I jumped one, didn't I?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, we'll go ahead with this one. We got it's already on the table for resolution 2026-7 for interdisciplinary child information safety school team. Erica, you want to explain what that's all about?
Sure. I had been contacted by the school health director for the Montana Office of Public Instruction back in August. She was checking to see if every county had a team formed. I found that we did not have a team for Roosevelt County, so we were just trying to be in compliance with the statute. This team will consist of 12 members from our county. And it's just to ensure the timely exchange of any concerns such as delinquent youth, dependent and neglect cases in our county, and it'll touch and cover any school safety issues that we may have in our county.
It's a good thing to get set up, and I thank Erica for doing this. This is kind of supposed to be, well, this was supposed to be the county commissioner's job to get this set up, and I'm glad Erica did it. She knows what she's doing there, and it got set up. We appreciate that very much.
There's no expenses
no expenses, and it's just the statute that was supposed to be set up, and it was never done. Because I never understood it at all. And Erica knows the people that are on this, the superintendents, you know, she deals with those with her position, so I appreciate you setting this up, Erica. Any other questions or comments on it?
How do you select the members?
Kind of by statute, it looks like she went through and got the youth court representative, the county attorney, Department of Public Health and Human Services, and all the
They all
superintendent.
volunteer?
Yeah. And
Well,
and they have to meet once a year. I think it is in there, or as needed.
Yes, we need to meet once, after this team is formed, we can hold our first meeting and see how often they wish to meet. And it's less of it.
Something set up in case you need it, which is excellent. Any questions or comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Okay, we'll go back up, motion to appoint the Roosevelt County Extension Agent as ex official on the fair board.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it. This was asked by the extension office and talking to Tom, it's an appointed position from the county to that board. It's a county board, that way they have a kind of official representative. They've always been there. It just hasn't been kind of an official thing. We're trying to get things cleared up as we get a new fair manager. Hopefully coming into that spot. Any questions or comments?
Sign what, any luck at all, find a new agent yet?
A new agent? No, there hasn't been any agent. The fair manager, we got one application for that. We're forwarding on to the fair one. But, talking to extension people in Bozeman, there's about 6 or 8 positions open in this. We'll keep it open, keep on trying.
Well, according to this, I know the extension agent wants to be part of the board, but this email from Tom says county commissioner shall post prospective membership vacancies at least 1 month prior to filling the vacancies. In order to do this to Hoyle, I would like a little bit more information on how we're going to go about this. All the board positions are filled unless we make it a director emeritus, which is an honorary advisor. Ex officio from my research says they're voting members, so I think we got to dig maybe just a little bit deeper into this to figure out.
So this is a non-voting member.
We need that. I would like that something to state that. I know we have so much turmoil between the extension and the fair board.
That could be part of motion to make a non-voting member.
I would be more comfortable with that.
You can. If
Is
you're
that-
in your motion, you can make a friendly.
Is it gonna-
amendment on it.
Is this other thing, is it going to conflict with their policy being an ex officio? They have to have something in their policy.
Not as a non-voting member.
I just wanted to make sure.
Of who, the extension service or the fair board?
What's that?
Policies of who?
Of the, Well,
Montana
every-
State University Extension Service or?
no, the
Fair Board?
Roosevelt County Fair Board,
Won't make any difference there because we appoint the members to.
but it's a 5-board. It's a 5-board membership, so we can't have a 6 votes. It'll be uneven.
This
Right?
is not a voting member, it's the way I understand, it's not a voting member. And if you want to make that clear in the motion, that'd be good. It's just an ex official member of the board, so it's an official member and non-voting member.
I would like to amend my motion then, Lindsay. I would make a motion to have the extension agent, if we want to call it an ex officio, non-voting member of the board.
So
They can be there to advise from the extension agent's side, but the fair board ultimately has the vote.
they're not a voting member. That's the way I always understood it. So that's.
Well, I researched-
Learned that up.
I researched the ex officio, and everything I saw ex officio was a voting, be like past president, so I was confused on
Stay at it?
the terminology.
No, and that's good to clear that up. It's. Second
Because
snow.
my question is, what's the reason to do it?
She just wants to make sure she's included in,
Yeah,
that position's included in the fair board,
okay.
because they have to work. It used to be the fair manager was underneath the extension office. That's how it always was until Miller. It was always within their office. They were a secretary, they were within their office, so it just kind of got split out when Angela Miller. So they bring it all kind of back to a little closer working together and.
I think over the years, there's been a division between the extension office and the fair board, and I think however it's come about, I have forgotten that it's all about the kids and the youth, and somehow we need to pull it back. I think Gordon
In
agreed,
2015, Angela wanted to take all the power over.
and I went back and I've got information and documents from 2015.
Yeah, none of that was executed, none of that was signed, because we have no control over the extension service. They are Montez University agents. They're not a county employee. Where the fair board is a county, as a employee, and they're just supposed to do facility stuff. They're not supposed to do it. 4-H has their own rules by the state of Montana, by the Montana, how they have to do everything. Then the fair was trying to say, no, you can do it this way. That's not how it works.
The fair board needs to update they need to get a new set of bylaws.
Yeah, it needs to be all straight. It was all just wrong there. Started in 2015.
As long as it's a non-voting member, I
Yeah, it's
don't
a
have a problem.
It's 100%. I always been a non-voting member. They don't want to be a voting member. They're not part of it. They're not that, they're not. Yeah, for that. So, yeah, I
Just
appreciate
want to be involved.
Yeah, it's
involved, informed, and part of the discussion. Which they have been, so.
this just
is
makes
kind
more
of official.
official.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Passes. Just then we can skip down to the. Well, we need a motion to accept the CRS agreement for inmate medical insurance.
Make the motion.
This is basically cost. What we did last year.
A little increase.
So we did them all. So it's $1.25 a day per inmate. To make sure we have all the coverages for any of the substance abuse, treatment for pregnancy, treatment for AIDS, ARCs, HIV. Coverage for security and automatically includes Medicaid, medical insurance coverage. So it's just all our insurance through correctional risk services. We've had all of them before. Okay, so we'll sign all those. Any other questions on that? Yep.
Is that for all inmates, even the ones you're holding for other agencies?
Yep. But when we hold for other agencies, that's part of their charge. We charge them on this, that's part of their expenses, when you figure your total expenses, what you're gonna charge. But we're losing money on the inmates for.
It looks like about half of them you're holding for other agencies.
Yeah, we charge for that. This is part of how you figure the charge out.
They pay per day.
Yeah, it's like
$89
$89, 89 per days, but
It costs you $125.
it's
And you're
about
charging
$150. By the time we're paying our $900,000 for that facility for 20 years, I think it's $150 per day per inmate. So you're never gonna get it all back. You never get it back.
You want to modify your rental property? So
Well, I would, but I just got a notice from the state of Montana that I can apply for reduced property tax.
Long-term property tax.
Whether or not.
Any other questions on the motion in hand? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, let's do that. Claims, motion to accept claims for October 10th of $345,649.
make the motion.
Second. Discussion? Comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Motion to accept claims for $94,388.65 on October 23rd.
I'll make a motion.
Seconded, question, comments?
I think that's one of the lowest claim amounts I've ever seen. Since I've been
I
here.
went in a low one.
Like 2.5 years, so. Cost average, Bill, cost average.
Still all my money.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay, we got two discussion items on our new business. Got discussion on the one MOU for property cleanup.
Welcome, Chris.
Mayor, do you have what property would you like cleaned up and when do you think would work and what should we do with that or what's some discussion?
During the October 20th Oak Point City Council meeting, the city discussed and thus approved the MOU as you guys did. The only concern was that due to with the MOU, it's stating specifically that it is a county-owned property that the city will assist with cleanup. We do not know what eligible properties there are, so.
But that was my fault. When I gave you the MOU, I should have sent you the tax deed list, so you guys could have a discussion on that.
Yeah, we could have, but I mean, hey,
There's a copy of the tax deed list.
So
dang it, I'm gonna have to take these over and have them
So those are the ones that the county now currently owns.
deciphered for me.
How many do you have?
Wait, no way, they're already,
they're not all, do they all have the address? Yeah, I guess they all,
there's 5 of them.
there's the address there. Yeah, there's the address.
There is, I did not see that. Looks like there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
That are within city limits.
Yeah.
First 5. So I will take this back to the city council, given the fact that I know your guys' crews are working fast and feverishly to kind of get some stuff done before the snow falls. I wouldn't expect us to really want to do anything for the next 30 days,
Yeah.
just to ensure that
Yeah, wait,
that they
snow
get
starts to
stuff
fly.
done. I do see a couple I'd like to get done, but I do think specifically, they're a little bit. The first 2 are very complicated, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I think if it's the same one that I guess we'll be upfront and honest with it.
Yeah.
The old Martin copy.
Yep.
I think that's probably one that would give, if that was cleaned up, would give the best.
Bang for the buck.
I mean, we're talking a couple of businesses down there. We're not in the center of town, but we're as close to
No.
the center of town as we're gonna get.
Absolutely, and I have no issue with researching whether those can be handled in-house. My problem is the logistics of taking those two down. What potential problems we may find.
As far as digging into them a little deeper before we get to.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And there could be some of that in there that we have to maybe pull the GNDC in on. Maybe there's some Brownsfields money. I mean, that's going to be one of those things that it is going to cost some money. I think, as Bill said, bang for the buck. I think for kickstarting the area cleanup per se, somebody sees a big move like that, it starts the ball rolling, and then people like, well, man, that's happened. So what else can we do? But it's just a matter of what's in there. What do we have to do?
And honestly, when I'm looking at these, I think those are pretty much the only 2 with structures on them. We've already done 524 Main, 429 Fallon, I believe is an empty lot, isn't it?
I would have to pull it up.
I think it's an empty lot, and then 731 Second Avenue North, that one was taken down.
That's the old Mariani place.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that one's clear. So for this list, and I would consider, not necessarily the council or you would, but I would in my mind that 200 and 212 are essentially one structure. It doesn't do us any good to take down one without taking down.
I'm in agreement with you. It is.
Yeah.
It is one.
And I think if that's all possible, with adding on that the old VFW should be, is actually in consideration right now. I believe there's a public hearing relatively close,
Yeah,
If not-
that's coming up. Yeah.
if not already happened.
They already had
They already had it.
soon public meeting last week, and it was me and one other person on.
And you didn't argue, did you?
I didn't.
What are they gonna do there?
It's part of the Brownsfield deal. They have to have hearing. Yes. So that one is scheduled to be probably within the next 6 months or sooner.
Yeah, I think in the spring, and they say in the spring.
Spring. So,
That's one that the church currently owns, correct?
correct.
Tree.
So with
Yeah.
being able to do those, that's a huge issue with the city. I mean, that's big. Extremely big.
Well, and I think, and we've all seen the people going in and I mean, the more we can, the less places you have for people to hide, essentially, the better off I think things are. But I just don't know what we're gonna get in with that. The other thing with this tax deed list, a couple of those properties, a couple of those lots are cleaned up. And I know you guys as a city and your council have been working on other things, set trailer houses up, put a few other
Yep.
things like that. So municipality to municipality, the properties that we have available, those were already, we went through the tax deed and there was no bids on any of those. So if the city sees the property that they have interest in setting up something on, feel free to jump on board.
Do some economic development.
We're in the rental business.
No, I mean, and that's the issue that the city is having now specific to those two properties is, first of all, what they are trying to find a mechanism to sell them. Technically through the Department of Commerce.
Yeah.
We will get all of that funding back to where we can do it. It's just the stipulations on selling them, how you have to keep the money, the accounting. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't think the city is looking at least currently, putting any more housing up,
Sure.
at least with the state, the way that we get it now. It's a lot for us in-house, and we haven't even sold it.
Well, and I'm looking at that lot up from the get-go. I don't even know, what is it, Second Avenue, Third?
Yeah, Second Avenue, that's at 731.
Pretty nice lot, pretty nice area.
Yeah,
But we could get a bid. Now, we have had a couple of gentlemen, one for sure come in, showed great interest in the lots, would buy the tax deed. No fault of your guys's, but it was the city specials that are the city taxes on them for all the other things. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna invest in those.
no, in that, but.
And that just is what
It's-
it is.
And yes, I mean, I hear all the time about how come the city isn't paving the roads, how come the city isn't doing that. Well, not saying that the city special is gonna help us a lot, but it does fund that. We put in essentially everything we had this past season with overlays. That is essentially everything the city had in that fund. And that was also at a greatly reduced cost from Adams Asphalt. We had a hell of a deal for them. Something we'll never be able to do again. I think we went through 4 semi-loads of hot oil.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it was a lot. I know we had bought in like 300 tons of gravel. I don't think there's that much left. I mean, we did a lot. But all of that is funded by those city specials. I think that's $50 for a undeveloped lot, $100 for a developed lot. Well, that doesn't go very far at all. especially when you're looking at, I know the cost 5 years ago was $1 million a mile to do reconstruction on an asphalt street.
It's expensive, but
It's very, very expensive, but in saying that, it does fun stuff. And you know as well as me and everybody, the reason that we started this was to get these lots back on the tax roll.
I just, you know, I would like to see more interest. Obviously, we had some cleaned up lots that a person could do something on.
Yeah,
And, you know, you would like to see something. You know, I would like to get them out of the county's hands.
Yeah.
And get them back on, they'd be back on the tax roll at whatever price, but,
well, I think the city holds currently, because we just cleaned up essentially 3 more on both, well, all 3 houses on Eureka Street are in a state of getting done. And the city's has held those for probably the last 4 or 5 years. The one property that we took over about a year ago down on 4th Avenue South is essentially done now. But you have those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the city has essentially 8 empty lots that I would like to unload as soon as I can. And that's not even the 2 with the houses on right now.
well, you're kind of in the same boat we are. Somebody come in and figure out a plan to do it.
I don't know what the rest of the city's opinion is, but I don't care what it sells for. As soon as I put them on tax roll, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So I just don't want them ours anymore.
And I'm kind of in that same boat. The sooner they get out of our hands, the sooner.
Yeah.
Things can start getting paid on one way or another. And
So I guess in looking this, specifically 1 and 2 are probably the only ones currently held by the county that need to be cleaned up, correct?
yeah,
Okay. What do you need from me for us to start moving on?
I
suppose
just
need
need approval from your council
council.
and then it would have to come back to us
Okay.
and then we'll have to start working on.
Okay.
When the road guys have time to do it.
You know, road guys and.
Yeah.
Weather and all that good stuff.
No, absolutely. My next meeting is on November 17th. I don't feel the need to have a special one. So if you guys plan to have a meeting on the 18th, I can introduce that the city has approved those and
Go forward.
Yep.
Maybe, get the water turned off and electricity unhooked to us, well, it's already all done, I would assume.
my assumption
Yeah.
is it is, but we don't want to assume anything.
Well, see what the city council decides to do
Okay.
and then we'll get back with you or you get back with us.
Yep, I guess I'd want you, we'll just schedule me for the 17th as long as you guys have the meeting that day, No,
The other-
18th, I'm sorry, 18th.
Continuing on with the city of Wolf Point, then we've got the mosquito district, discussion on that, there was no action, but. Mosquito district has kind of always been it kind of morphed into something that wasn't really intended to be. Kind of. County kind of took over doing it, and it's really supposed to be the city of Wolf Point. I think the original one was. Be resolved that the Board of Trustees of said mosquito district shall consist of the mayor, the city council. And so the city of Wolf Point, the mayor shall act as chairman. That was in 69. And it kind of got so Lindsay's been running the mosquito district and it has lots of money in it. And you have 2-time workers, they're county workers, which I think we would like to turn this back over to the city as the mayor and council to run the mosquito district. I think they should still will have to be county employees. But it would be just like all the weed board and the fair board. You guys run your boards and you kind of ask the commissioners approve everything, approve all the bills, approve the checks when they're written, the warrants, and approve the personnel. And you get a budget. And there's a lot of money in that with their new equipment. I think there's always been a little issue on having enough help to go out when they need to, because when they have time to do it, it's too windy or too cold or too hot or too, it's just something that.
No, and that's,
Is that something the city wants to take over, kind of like as a board?
yeah,
It'd have to be a Kit County city entity still, basically.
simple fact that I guess by statute, it's supposed to be the city as the actual board.
But
Myself and-
That's
yeah.
how the original resolution was done, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't see any issue with that. I think, not necessarily the council, but the public works just with some of the issues and then talking to, Robert, it's since the city currently has no control, it's always me talking to you guys with a complaint or
Yeah, no, it's,
a want, a need, if we need something else sprayed. And having that, I think would eliminate at least one step of me having to talk to you guys.
well,
There's
well, you
still
have
gonna
to-
be people complaining.
I mean,
Just,
that way you have control over it, it's kind of for this.
Yeah,
Same stuff, I mean, it includes some of the other outlying areas, but not much.
my only question would be, we do have some current city employees that potentially would be interested in doing it part-time to fill in. Would
And I don't know
they,
that- I don't know how that would work out for
When it does,
liability, because they're gonna be county vehicles still.
well, I'm just thinking, would they have to be county employees in order for that to happen?
I don't know, that's, I mean, that would be something we have to check in.
Yeah,
It'd be-
that's-
It would be so much easier if we could say, yeah, you can use your employees. Because that way, I mean,
Yeah,
you'd have people there to do it, when the time comes, go do it, you know?
no, and that's kind of how we
But I don't know how
shopped it
that would
out.
work- I don't know how that would work out for.
No,
is that something, and we might have to get back with our attorney.
Yeah.
But is that something that we could have with it be done? Can that be done with an MOU?
Or a contract labor?
I mean, it could be done because,
I don't,
well, like, say your road guys volunteered to do it, they would get paid at the rate that they were making, I'm assuming. And then if they're working past that 40-hour work week, they would get overtime.
Yeah.
Which is kind of
Yeah.
like, if my guys are working 40 hours a week and they want to work a 6-hour shift at night or a 4-hour shift at night, I can't expect them to do it with any less wage, but I also can't expect them to do it for not
Yeah.
overtime.
but I don't know if a guy could do that as contract labor.
Yeah, and that's,
You would bill us out for
yeah,
so many hours, and then we could pay that.
it would be
I
a
don't know.
whole hell of a lot easier if we could do it that way.
Well, and like our road guys, they're union, so they can't,
Okay.
they're
Alright.
bound by that.
It would be, that'd be like saying our county guys are gonna come work for the city for 2 hours. Who pays them?
Yeah, it's just, if we could figure out where it's as simple as the city once a month sending out a purchase order to reimburse for wages specific to that job. Yeah, that's,
We'll have to do some check on that. too.
yeah, let's figure that out. I still think that the city is.
I guess the
interested.
biggest thing, yeah, that's
Yeah.
the overall question here.
Yeah.
Do you wanna keep this, or should we keep it like it's going now and,
I think the
Good.
city is looking at taking the,
be kind of in charge of it?
Yeah.
But on the other side of that, if say you have 2 city employees, or say you have 4 that are gonna be your designated sprayers, and Lindsay can tell me a little bit more on this. You have 4 of your city guys wanna be the sprayers. They can time out and come over and come on this county side, work for 4 hours at X. They're gonna get
It'd be a part-time temporary employee,
temporary
so,
part-time with the
you
county.
know, they
It'd
wouldn't
be
get
easier to
benefits.
keep it all in-house.
yeah, and maybe it's something like that where we could just set what their wage, as
Oh, yeah.
long as you
And
get
that could be
approval.
that'd be a wage, that'd be a wage thing.
Yeah,
You know, overall, instead of contract labor, that might be the easiest thing.
yeah, I mean,
They
it's,
just fill out a
it's something we
timesheet
can
here.
figure.
The downside to doing overtime is once you start paying overtime on them guys, that's gonna start eating into a budget.
Yeah, we don't want to pay any overtime.
So
So,
that's something easy enough to figure out.
yeah, I mean, that's,
We'll
And you
get
could
you.
do a combination of the 2 that are there now might still want to go part-time, and if you could fill in with 2 of
no,
your employees,
actually,
then you can have better coverage for the whole thing.
And I
They're all
think
in county employees. I guess.
specifically is, we are not looking at taking over it without those 2 employees.
Yeah,
We would much
yeah, and they're county.
rather
employees.
have
And I
them.
think really, if you're running county equipment, it's gonna be tough to do it as contract labor.
Well,
It's better to do it they just clock out there and they fill out a time sheet for the county.
No, and that's.
Where were the
that's-
Sherry signs for that claim? For that,
But it's mosquito district equipment, not county.
yeah, it's the school district.
Yes, so I mean,
Yeah,
stuff
not
like that,
county, that's-
Yeah. So,
between services and that, the city
But we're still.
could do that kind of stuff.
we still funnel the money through.
Well, we're still overall charging.
Yes.
Mosquito district.
So if we need to
Overall,
buy
mosquito charge.
a new truck, I would show up here,
They come-
tell you that
just
we're
like-
buying a truck, you guys would have to approve it.
It's just like the weed board, has to be in their budget before the year and then
Yeah,
has to get approval when it's done.
absolutely. We can understand that.
So
You
you
know,
ran just like the fair board.
First season on it, then you get into right before budget time, May, June, figure out what you need, what you don't need, budget for the next year, you know.
Yeah.
We do that too for the weed board, you know, you hire all these temporary help for that summer.
Yeah.
It'd be the same thing.
Yep, no, easy.
But then you'd be the board that's saying this is who we want to be employed.
So again, with that November 17th meeting, the council has heard about this. They wanted me to talk to you guys first. I
Yeah.
will put it out there. I probably would like or need a copy of the resolution.
Yep.
Way back when, just so I can show them what it is. I think I've already said that the assignment would be under public health and safety for the city. We would have everybody sit on the mosquito board, but they would be specific to any action.
Now would be a board we just approved on January 1st.
Yep.
And it'd be part of our boards.
In which there is a potential that it will change January 1st just because of the elections
Sure.
or lack thereof elections.
And if it,
Who volunteers?
Oh, volatile.
let me, I'll see if I can maybe make it to that meeting too, Chris, just if there's any questions that are needed outside.
Yep, and I'll make sure this goes out to every. every
I'm not trying to dump the mosquito board on you, but I think it would be more efficient
I think so.
if the city,
I
if
think
the
so.
city was doing it.
Yep.
Um,
Well, we think so too.
so
We think so too.
took a little doing to get to where we're at, but
Oh, yeah. whenever-
This helps.
A few things.
This helps a lot. I'm glad somebody found that.
yeah. And Laura Christopherson, her firm, did the digging into that. So
Yeah, and I think Tom sent me an email way back when specific to. Since this is here, it looks like it's a fairly easy thing for us to do.
Thanks. Any other questions or comments? Very good.
close.
Second it, we're closed.
Yvonne.
We have the,
Hold on.
did